La 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 la. There we go. I was listening to Haircut 100 this morning and realized, hey, I need to get a haircut. So let's go get a haircut. I think my haircut's at 12:30. That's one of the new taxis. Those are called the new taxis that I bang my head on when I get into them because they're so small. That's the thing about when you go bald is you don't have any hair on top of your head to protect you from banging your head, and you get these scabs and scars on your head that aren't hidden by hair. Kind of sucks, those little minivan taxis. I don't like them. Hello. But at least we're going to get some lunch. And to be honest, we're probably going to go people watching because my haircut I think is at 12:30 and it's only like 11 now. Did I make it a haircut? I did make it a haircut because I go to the topless haircut salon and demand to get a haircut at the topless hair salon is really, really tough. So you have to make an appointment. You can't just walk in. Hi. It's not really topless, but it's a good idea though. It's a good visual you can put in your mind there for a second. The barber comes to my house for the children. The children's barber comes to the house, but mine I go to her place. Her studio. My gal's from Canada who cuts my hair. She's actually been cutting my hair since I moved here about 8 years ago. When do I work? I was working all morning. That's why you didn't see me on a hike on the peak this morning. I was hiking, I was working from when I got up. I actually slept a ton last night. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get some noodles. Chantel TV, yeah, I watch there a lot. Are there any Mexicans? Not very many at all. A few. Yeah, Chantel is a cool scoper from Paris. She does a lot of stuff. Hi, Spike. So I was working this morning. Yeah. I wasn't able to meet her when I was in Paris a year ago or so because she was out of town. But next time I go through Paris, maybe we'll see her. Do I work from home? Usually I work from home. Sometimes I go to a co-working space when I need to do meetings and stuff. But usually I just work from home. It's much easier. Where do we go from here? Like ramen noodles. Well, we're going to get what's called wonton noodles. They're going to be these little yellow noodles, and they're going to have shrimp wontons and beef. Ramen noodles are usually flour-based noodles. Mine, I think, are more egg-based. Is there sports betting? Yes, there is. And there are horse racing here, too. Oh, we got a broken taxi. Not good for this guy. Probably out of gas. Poor guy. Oh, he was just letting the guy out in the middle of the road. It's very hot and very humid, and it has been for about 2 weeks. We've had beautiful skies, no pollution really to speak of, and just unbelievable views. But it's been hot as bejesus. If you look at this week's Bloomberg magazine, there's a story about a guy who cracked the code of horse racing and made almost $1 billion US betting on the horses here in Hong Kong. I should note that the tracks in Hong Kong make about 100 million per night US. It was pretty insane. The levels of betting activity around horses here put American tracks to shame. I mean, you kind of just laugh. Hello. Oh, there's a bunch of school kids looking at the monkeys. Oh, 2 different schools, the yellow school and the white school. Here you can see the monkey in his natural habitat, throwing poop at other monkeys. Hong Kong Air Pollution is the name of the Hong Kong Air Pollution app. Mexicans at the horses. No, there are not many Mexicans here. In fact, I think statistically they don't even exist pretty much. I mean, there's a few Mexican Americans, but not really many Mexicans. It's just not a very big subset. Does Hong Kong have this? The Hong Kong Stock Exchange is one of the better ones in the world, actually. It's actually one that's... The Hong Kong Stock Exchange is a heavy indicator stock exchange for many traders in the U.S. Like to see how the stocks open over in Hong Kong and assess the sentiments of Asia. This is a financial capital of the world, actually. Hong Kong, London, New York, to some extent Singapore and Dubai are the big financial capitals of the world. The primary business here is a thing. Yeah, the Gambler story is available online. If you have read Bloomberg Online, you can read the story about the man who made $1 billion US just by analyzing horses. Noodles are over there. My haircut's over there. We gotta go that way. Hey, Zen. Ooh. Blue sky kind of day. Hello, New York, Frank. I didn't shave today. I should have shaved, getting a haircut. Yeah, $1 billion US. I think we're going for noodles. Yeah, Bloomberg is... actually, Bloomberg's in that building right there. So if you're watching Bloomberg Asia, it's that building right there, right next to the Bank of China. Goldman Sachs is in that building, too. Now, up there is the Peak. That'll be my afternoon destination. I'm going to hike the Peak this afternoon after my haircut. But... this morning is noodles, then we're going to walk around the city a little bit, and then we're going to get our haircut. At 12:30, we're going to get our haircut. All you guys. HSBC, yeah, Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation, they're around here sometime. Are there any skateboarders and rollerboarders? There are a few, but not a lot. It's just not safe. You have to understand the population density of Hong Kong is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Such that skateboarding, it'd be like skateboarding in Times Square in New York. I mean, literally everywhere. It's just people everywhere. So there are a lot of hills, and those areas that are parks are just very, very crowded, and the cops would really just go after you. And it's just, it's not safe. It's like biking on sidewalks in New York City. The culture too, you know, the whole skater culture, it's not really a culture that exists over here. The sort of skater subculture that's, it's, you know, people are like, why are you doing that? Why aren't you studying, you know? If you were a kid and you were on a skateboard all day here, oh my God, the pressure that would be brought down on you by your peers, by your teachers, by your family. It just, yeah, it's pretty massive. They're doing a lot of gaming. Gaming is easier to hide. Yeah, Mom, I'm studying, but they're really gaming. What time is it here? It's about 11 o'clock. I mean, what time is it in New York City? Just to add 12 hours to Eastern time of the United States. That's what time it is here. Where do we go from here? Lunch today is noodles. This is an armored car right here. Armored truck. That's a delivery man on a scooter. Oh, that's right. Memorial Day weekend's coming up for you guys. Yeah, we don't have a lot of clunkers on the road. Gasoline, it's just really expensive to have a car. I mean, the taxis are probably the oldest cars on the road. Fleet Week in New York, that must be crazy. Did they bring a carrier in this year? Coming back in July, it'll be hot there. I did just walk by the American Diner. I haven't been there in a while because I've been getting my burgers elsewhere lately. Shake Shack and other places. I need to go back to. I haven't been to the diner in a couple months. I need to go back to the diner and get a burger. This is opening very soon, actually. This new arts museum sort of thing. I think there is a Morton Steakhouse. I know there's a Ruth Chris. There's Lawry's roast beef place or whatever that is, or ribs. Lawry's prime rib. I think there is a Morton's. We have the Australian brand too, Woomalumu or something like that, which is a pretty good steakhouse. Woomalumu. In fact, yeah, I need to go out and get a steak. I think that was something the wife said we need to do. Let's go have a steak. 11:07 Thursday, so it's 11:07 Friday. That is correct. Why didn't you start another store when you received the Shake Shack burger? Because I was too damn hungry. I just wanted to eat and eat. So I didn't start a second scope when I got the burger. And so, sorry about that. How do the poor survive? Well, the government houses about 50% of the population in public or subsidized housing. So about half of the people here live in public or subsidized housing. Another large percentage own their own place from a long time ago. And healthcare, of course, is free. Healthcare is paid for by the government. Oh, there's a shop opening, so there's a dragon getting up. They're setting up a dragon dance, a lion dance. So this is a kung fu troupe. And a new shop is opening, so they'll do a dance. Must be this place. Rich or poor? About 20% of the city is technically poor, and then a large percentage are very, very wealthy. There is a Hong Kong middle class, but it's kind of a weird thing, yeah. Well, healthcare, it's mostly walking, actually. They walk a lot, and actually they do have problems. In fact, hypertension here is higher, I think, than it is in the U.S. because the diet here has more sodium in it. Like soy sauce, for example. Soy sauce is just a nightmare. Pizza. Ooh, smells so good. Oh, I can't go yet. I gotta get money. What am I thinking? I have not had Shake Shack today. The salt intake here is obscene. Obscene. I'm sorry, but in like southern China, they eat a ridiculous amount of salt. I remember when my nanny, we had a Chinese nanny in the United States, and after 5 weeks, she had gone through an entire Morton salt shaker of salt in her cooking. And I was just incredulous at the wife. I was just like, you don't use this much salt in cooking. I mean, a Morton salt shaker, you know, that big blue Morton's bottle, that should last you months. And my wife's like, no, that's just how we like it. And I'm just like, that's why you all have hypertension and high blood pressure. But, yeah, the sodium level is ridiculously high, and especially with soy sauce. Okay, we got ATM in here, it's working. Yeah, okay, step in front of me. Do you convert the cash? You can. I mean, it's a fixed exchange rate, so the conversion is 7.78 or something like that. we go. 1, 2, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just an ATM. It's actually really nice money. I prefer this. After living here so long, I now prefer Hong Kong money to US money for a couple of reasons. One, it's prettier. It's all colorful. It's different sized, and it's easier to just know how much you have by glancing at the color. So I took out 2,400 Hong Kong, which is about 300 US dollars. So I'll spend 300 in cash this weekend probably. I'll probably spend 100 on groceries. I'll give some to the wife. We'll go out to dinner. So yeah, that'll last me pretty much the weekend. Where do we go from here? So we're almost at the noodle place. Yeah, it's credit cards. You can use credit cards here, but they're slow, and most people here prefer cash. But in China, it's all digital. You use your phone to pay for everything. Nobody takes cash. Let's see how crowded the noodle place is. That's not bad. Coke Light? Yeah, the usual. Hey, guys. So we're in the noodle place. Tsim Chai Kee. They're very to the point. I wouldn't necessarily find them rude. Thank you. Not going to beat 17 today. Spoke English. English is the official language here. Everything's in English and in Chinese, so everybody speaks English. I haven't had noodles all week. I think this is the first time I've had noodles this week, isn't it? I've lost track. Hey, welcome, India. We were a British colony for over 150 years. English was taught in the schools. The law, our British common law, is English. So, yeah, we don't have Diet Coke. It's called Coke Light. So, English is, we use the British vernacular of spellings and stuff. So, I've got wontons. It's also in Japanese, this menu, because this is a big tourist place. I got the two toppings, beef and wontons, and I got the yellow noodles. And slowly, it's actually going quite quickly. I didn't notice there's a lantern there. Yeah, Japanese. The Chinese menu is on the back. Here we go. Nope, not for me. Okay. Here. Oh, I'm visiting next year. Oh, wow. Look at this yumminess. Diet Coke's about $1 US. This is beef and shrimp wontons. I'll top a big bowl of yellow noodles. I eat the beef first. probably has a ton of, it is very high sodium. They still need to cook a little bit. Did I know how to use chopsticks? No. I think so. I don't really remember. I used to eat a lot of Thai food before I met my wife. So I was pretty good with chopsticks. These aren't ramen, these are wonton noodles. There you can see the shrimp meat inside. Ramen is Japanese. Now, asking for low spicy is like going to McDonald's and asking for medium rare. And I actually was in a McDonald's and a woman asked for a medium rare hamburger. And the guy said, "We don't do it that way." And she says, "Well, what way do you do it?" And he's just like, "Done." I always thought that was hilarious. Done. Problem with ramen noodle is it's very greasy. This is my first lunch. I don't know if I'm gonna have a second one today. I'm pretty busy. Maybe we'll get some chicken skewers. How much was this? It was $5 US for the noodles and the soda. I'm a dad. I do dad stuff. There is an American Chinese restaurant. It's closed right now for renovation. It's called Beijing American. It's where you take your American guests and they go in there and they're like, "My God, this is the best Chinese food I've ever had." Where everybody in Hong Kong is like, "God, that place sucks." Sapsui? I don't know. Stir-fried rice is kind of the same as sapsui. My blood pressure is very low. I check my blood pressure regularly using a internet-connected blood pressure register, and I'm well within the norms for someone of my age and sex. So let's get some money out. So this is 100 Hong Kong. That's about 12 US dollars. I got a lot of practice. Bubbles is here, but Bubbles is eating lunch right now. Hi.
Hi. Sure, 15 forks.
All right, okay, thank you. Okay, lunch is done. Ooh. Oh, no, we don't tip. Yeah, you can see what I look like on YouTube. Where do we go from here? Okay. So I guess we should go people watching, yeah? No, that was not Bubbles. She's actually pretty friendly. Bubbles is the one that never says a word. She just looks at me like, you're weird. She never says anything. She just, I honestly, I don't think I've ever heard her speak. $1,000 banknote is 120 US, so it's basically 100, but they're very susceptible to counterfeiting from mainland China. So a lot of places refuse to accept thousands. We had an outbreak of counterfeiting a couple years ago. So I think we're going to get a new design of the $1,000 bills soon because there were so many bad ones in the system. Okay, let's go make sure my watch is still there. Nobody bought my watch. It is. Nobody has bought my watch. $800,000 US dollars. 800,000 US for this watch. Did I read on Ebola? I've read about Ebola. There's a new one in the Congo. The average rent for someone in my son's international school, their families are paying $11,500 US per month. Yeah, lots of counterfeit 1000s. I'm all right. It is very blinging, isn't it? Let's go the other side of the street today, just to be different. Suicide rates are actually rather high for students here, academic. I think last year we had an outbreak. We had like 20 kids kill themselves. 20 students committed suicide last year, which was obscenely high. Well, you have to understand, we only had 24 murders last year, so the suicide rate was even, approaching the murder rate. Yeah, there's a new outbreak. I get the CID. CID. Hang on, I gotta call the wife. Wife is calling. Hi. I was finishing breakfast, going to get my hair cut. What's up? Yeah. Finish that. So,